It was fun, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed it.
Actually, I came here because I'm so happy to come. Welcome.
And I knew you would be.
I know, but let me get you on the inside. Oh, thank you for coming. Okay, let me get it on the inside.
I certainly cannot get that right. I'll bear that out.
Hey, Mike! Good, good, good. Good to see you. Thank you. This is lovely. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. Please sit anyway. Please sit down. Okay, so I told you. Just sit anyway.
Where do you live now?
I'm so delighted to see you. Thank you so much for taking this time to be here. But before we can do, of course, my name is Vera. Oye Ana. But before I do anything, let me introduce you to my team. I have John. Hi, John. I have my partner, Steve. Hi, Steve. I have my cousin who came from Philadelphia, Ora. Hi, Ora. I have Diane. Hi, Diane. I have Roslyn. Hi, Roslyn. And this is Stacy. Stacy's here. We have Remy. And my two good friends. One is from Mali.
Hi, Sheikh.
Sheikh Abla. And the other one, Joseph and Gua. So as you know, the tradition in Africa, we have to do libations before I can do anything. And so I'm going to pour a brief libation for my creator and ancestors. So all I'm going to say, Abliwea Batio. My people here come, and you just say Batio. You do that 3 times. I'm not going to do the whole thing, because in Africa we could be here for 1 hour. But I'm in America now, so we're doing quick. Abliwea Batio. Batio. Abliwea Batio. Batio. Abliwea Batio. Batio. Land to the you are there. Bisame America. Bisame Africa. Bisame Capitol Hill. Bisame Nyade Nade Deo. Abliwea Batio. Batio. Abliwea Batio. Batio. Abliwea Batio. Batio. Bisame. Thank you. So now we're being entertained by the Griot. So we bring in the food as you can eat now. We want you to eat because I cook all this food. I'm not carrying any left. Just eat. Okay, we got enough food here. And we want you, but to break the ice, the icebreaker, each one of you will tell us 2 truths and 1 lie. And we have to guess which one's the lie.
Who's here with me this evening?
Please give
I'm 75 years old. And my husband stayed home.
Your husband stayed home as the wife.
That's right. I lost him a couple of years ago.
But he did say.
Well, I'm about to say, that is what I said, right?
She went home, yes.
Right?
I'm from Ohio. I have Congolese citizenship. I was voted most likely to succeed in high school.
The last one is the line.
Oh, yeah? That's what you think, huh? Yes.
You know why? Because you had to think too hard about it.
Yeah.
Hard for you to lie.
That's too hard to come with. Two things that are true.
I met my lovely wife in a subway station. We have two very young children at home where we are not now. And in my spare time, I am an artist in bread maker.
You didn't meet your wife in the subway.
Oh, I'm afraid that I did.
You're not a bread maker.
I'm not I have no free time because I have two young kids at home.
I helped my friend sail his boat from Florida to Portugal, and I've been practicing law in D.C. for 50 years.
You're not from Virginia.
With an accent like
I was
that?
born in Stonewall Jackson's house in Washington University. So I was born in Virginia.
I think you've not been practicing law for 50 years.
I haven't.
A mere 40 or something?
It'll be 50 in April.
For you. And you.
My name's Victor. I've lived in Washington for 40 years. I've been happily married for 30 years. And I am rooting for the Houston Astros tonight.
Oh, you're not.
There's for that
Right there. Gotta be the line.
Boy, you caught me real fast.
Well, we were wondering about the Victor part.
Well, I've been confused for many folks, Carol.
If you were rooting for the Astros, Steve would not have let you in.
I wouldn't have let it.
And,
Was.
pause.
Here's the
And I
line.
have four sisters. And I have four sisters.
You have three sisters.
I have two sisters.
Yeah, I know, I should have thought of what the line
We
was.
have a very honest group here. She's never honest.
Everybody's positive for the lie.
I know.
I know, it's too hard.
We're so methodical, you know?
Okay, Christine.
Christine will mix us up for sure.
I was born in Chicago. I have lived in Washington for 45 years, and I used to be a filmmaker.
You have not lived in Washington for 45 years.
Correct. I've lived here for 40 years.
There's a lot of very technical untruths.
And you're
Now all of y'all.
Good evening. My name is Choo Choo. I'm the founder and CEO of a multi-million-dollar corporation that supports girls through puberty. We develop products and services that supports young girls through puberty. I am a recent grandmother, and I have a nephew who has a very famous African restaurant here in Washington, D.C.
You're not a recent grandmother.
Oh, yes, true. Yes, I am.
I just told me.
Yes, I am.
Then you don't have a nonprofit.
I didn't say I had a nonprofit.
Then you don't have an organization that serves girls.
Yeah. Well, that's true.
Well, what
I
do you
mean, the good one.
You
How about the restaurant? You know I have a nephew that has a
I know
restaurant.
you have a nephew that has a
Yes.
restaurant.
West Africa. And we can eat it, you can eat it with a spoon. You can, and the fish you tasting is a dry fish. And then dry it, smoke it. And so it's imported, it came from West Africa. And you can eat more, you know, so. back there. I will show you what the Africans, if you hand me that basket, please. See, we started recycling with everything. So that stew you ate with the fufu, the fufu is made from plantain flour. Right. And then we had a drink called Sora. This is hibiscus, dry hibiscus. It's popular in Jamaica and Africa. Now,
Bissap.
Bissap, yeah. So now you have something called egusi. It comes from melon seeds. And then grind this up, and that was the sauce you ate with some spinach in there. This is black-eyed peas ground and called moima. So the Africans didn't throw away anything. The leaf, the stem, now the other thing you have to remember with the Africans, they discover all of these different leaves by the billy goat. The goat, whatever leaves the goat ate, they can eat it. So they watch the animals. And these were the different things that are introduced to us. But we ate a lot of grains because to eat meat, you have to be a hunter. To eat fish, you have to be a fisherman. But the leaves are always there. As I tell the children that I work with, my fast food in Africa were fruits. If you want to eat, they said, go pick a fruit. So I had no idea. We thought our parents were mean. We wanted Coca-Cola and we wanted those things. If they gave you Coca-Cola around the birthday, it's a little speech, a little bitter thing. Yeah. That was a treat, and so we said when we grow up we're going to drink soda. Can you imagine looking forward to that? No. But yeah, so I'm grateful I grew up in Africa because I don't eat fast food. I went to McDonald's in 1970. I put it in my mouth, but I've never been to any. I couldn't imagine anybody who eat that. So I'm privileged. Truly, I'm blessed. I've never eaten that stuff, period.
Don't ever eat
I've never been to, what's that other place? Popeyes.
well, I have a disclaimer for that.
None of that. No.
Steve, the
way we do it, do just like the European. We go shopping, we buy the food, we come home and prepare it. That's how we eat. And so that's my diet. So everything you see, it has to be fresh. I'm a fanatic when it comes to freshness. If it's not fresh, I can't have it. I don't eat any processed food. So I will be looking young for a long time. Yeah. You miss everything. The black eyed peas, yeah, that's black eyed peas. We going to the hills? Yeah, from here we going there. Let's go with us. Yeah. Hi, how are you? So, Mama, you like it? You like it? Yeah, so normally this they put fish in there, they put egg, but because I work with the children, all my food I'm teaching the children. And so I have to tailor to them. Never mind they live in Anacostia, they know my food. I'm teaching them. Everything I'm doing, I'm teaching them.
My name is Connie. And I flew in from North Dakota in the Midwest for this evening to have dinner at Vera and Steve's. It was absolutely marvelous. I have spent a lot of time traveling, and I visited 5 countries in southern Africa and just loved Africa. So when Vera invited me, I had to come. And it was a wonderful evening. Great entertainment, musicians, belly dancers, and the most wonderful food in the world. We had a great time.
I think what I enjoyed the most is not necessarily a particular dish, but the community and the enjoying of the company and meeting new people, and knowing that as a Native American myself, growing up at a pueblo in New Mexico, the feasts that we have, the community that we have, the celebrations and dances that we have, to see that it's similar in nature to the type of community get-togethers and enjoying each other's company and learning from each other is similar to what I saw here tonight. And it's really a blessing.
Vera and I go way back.
Oh, I've known you since I've been here.
Yes, I think I did a story on her when she had first gotten to DC from LA, and so I will always support Vera in everything she does. I think she's a remarkable ambassador for the positive things about Africa. We need to hear more positive things about Africa. But I would be remiss, and Vera knows I would be lying if I didn't say my favorite dish was the rice bread. Because over the years, I have consumed many sheet cakes of Vera's rice bread. And while I love the moi moi and the jollof and the greens, as a matter of fact, when I first started working in the Library of Congress, the first program I had was Vera, and we did a big African feast on a Saturday for everybody, and so over the years, I've tried to do whatever I can to support this very positive aspect of African culture, and so, but the rice bread gets the prize.
Well, thanks very much for the opportunity to be part of this. The best aspect of it was to be in the presence of everybody here and to benefit from what someone who is truly a master entertainer. And I must say, as a person who traveled considerably through Central Africa, the fufu was appealing to me because the manioc that I'm used to there, I found much harder to enjoy, but this was terrific.
Well, my name is Michael McCarthy. I'm a local prosecutor here in DC, so I work for everybody, I suppose. Actually, I work for Jesse Liu, I suppose. Okay. I have to admit that I've eaten a sizable portion of the plantains this evening. I have a sweet tooth, but what I've really appreciated is the colorfulness of this whole occasion, and I think that is really attributable to our host Vera. So I'm very much appreciative of her welcome and her hospitality.
My name is Victor Romero. I'm a longtime resident of Capitol Hill East and a longtime friend of Vera, thanks to my lovely wife. They know each other from yoga circles of all darn things. The most impressive and enjoyable part of the evening, of course, is meeting new folks, and I'm glad to make some new friends who just moved to town, to our part of the city. Good luck with those kids. I know they caught you jumping. For me, my favorite part was the variety of rices. I'm a rice kind of guy, and I'm going to be working on getting more of that bamboo rice in my life. Thank you very much.
My name is Mike Repass. I've lived around this area in D.C. since 1970. I went to school in Florida, and before that I was born in southwestern Virginia. So I've been around, and I'll tell you the best place to live, as far as I can tell from traveling around, is Washington, D.C. Mm-hmm. And having lived in D.C., in different parts of D.C., northwest, southeast, southwest, I can tell you it's so much better than Virginia. I haven't lived in Maryland. I was born in Virginia, but it's so much better. Great people here. You do not have events like this that I know of outside of D.C. in the metropolitan area. They may be there, but I'm not aware of them. This is a great place to be. You meet people like Vera and Steve and David and all these people that are over here making life more fun for the people who live here and more interesting. I mean, I can't imagine anybody coming to one of these dinners and then wanting to move away. It's not going to happen. They're going to want to have their own dinner, we hope. So I don't know, maybe I'll have a dinner next year, but I'm in Southwest. But anyway, I just wanted to say how much I enjoy being with everyone here, meeting a couple new people. It seems like that's what was planned. I I did finish reading the book at 5 o'clock. So I'm still hot and sweaty and have leech marks on my legs, but it's a great idea.
Overall, I think as new members of the community, we're flattered to be welcomed into someone else's home, and think that Vera's done a wonderful job of hosting all of us. Specifically, I think the sweet potato greens have been my favorite. They're delicious.
I am Travis Hildebrand. I'm from the Midwest, specifically Minnesota. I graduated from college up at UND in North Dakota and work in the state of Minnesota. We're down here for a week enjoying the Smithsonian and learning about the cultures here. I had the opportunity this week to go to the Native American Museum and the African Museum on the mall. And I learned quite a bit, some stuff filling in gaps that I hadn't seen before. So this is a nice experience, enjoying a meal with other folks that I may not have experienced before. So I'm continuing to look for these type of experiences and learning about other people, and thank you for your time.
I'm Carol Seifert, and I've lived on Capitol Hill for about 100 years. And I've in 3 different places within 4 blocks of each other. So I like the area. And I love that Vera is making chefs out of 3 to 5-year-olds. She gets them all in white coats and yells out to them, "You're not babies, you're young chefs." And they say, "Okay." And they know how to talk about spices, and they know how to cook. And it's wonderful. So it's wonderful to be here.
I am Khalid Randolph. I am with DC Commission on the Arts and Humanities. There's a couple things. My favorites tonight. But I've known Vera for about 4 years, and it's been such an awesome trek working with her. The first thing that's awesome about tonight is the food. My favorite, well, all of it was my favorite. But there was one, that last dish, the black eye pea. Ooh, Lord have mercy.
Is that all gone?
I mean, that was really good. And the community here is probably the most thing that's the best, to meet everyone, to have everyone come together and just learn so much. But then also to find out some things about Africa. I just found out, I did this long research project from my family and found out that I was from Angola. Never knew where I was from until just 2 months ago. And so knowing that and then hearing the different pieces of Africa, I'm still piecing a lot of things together. So it was a real joy around tonight.
Good evening. My name is Chuchu Onwachi Saunders. It's been an amazing evening. I think I loved the way we started, how we had to figure out what was a lie that we were all supposedly had told. That was just an amazing. I think it instantly bonded us as a group. So that was just wonderful. My favorite dish was the moi moi as well. And I'm West African. I'm from Nigeria, Nigerian roots. Although when I did my ancestry DNA, I'm only 2% Nigerian, which is really funny for us. So we got to figure out what's going on there in our family. Maybe some secrets. I know that's the secrets there. Yeah, it's a secret. Given the fact that my father is he's an African king and I'm a princess, so there's a secret there somewhere. So I got to figure that one out. And I also enjoyed the sorrel. I thought the sorrel was excellent, Vera. I've known Vera for more than 20-something years. I'm not going to tell you how many of those 20. And she's just a wonderful, amazing, beautiful hostess. I mean, she just has the knack for it. And she just has a way of making all of us feel as if we're at home. So I think what topped it off for me the most tonight is the fact that I really felt at home. So thank you so much for that, Vera.
Can we make a toast to Vera? Yes! To Vera!
I think from the moment of walking into this beautiful home, the colors, the fragrances that were here, just felt so welcoming and comforting at the same time. To be introduced to all these wonderful friends, it made it such a special evening here in Vera's and Steve's home. And I think my favorite thing this evening was both the sorrel tea and the community.
I can't even express my gratitude. I mean, like I said, what I wanted to do was just to say thank you to the Capitol Hill Foundation. I mean, these people have given me money. They didn't know me from Adam. But $225 adds up. And over all these years, I've done nothing for them. I wanted to show my gratitude, just to say thank you, because I was able to help the children that I love the most. And so to have these people here, I had to go all out. Belly dancer, the code. I mean, I had to bring my African thing with me, man. You know, I had to show them Africa is here. You know, I had to do that. So I brought all my stuff with me. Thank you all for the opportunity.